you need is one fantastic idea to become a millionaire. Have you ever had a $1 million business idea but were too afraid to leap? If so, you're not alone. Fear is one of the biggest factors holding aspiring entrepreneurs back from reaching their full potential. Today's video, we're going to dive deep into the art of risk-taking and how embracing uncertainty can fuel tremendous entrepreneurial growth. Risk-taking is an inevitable part of any entrepreneurial journey, but it's also one of the biggest mental roadblocks that hold many aspiring entrepreneurs back from reaching their full potential. According to research, fear of failure prevents over 50% of people from starting a business. So how can we reframe our relationship with risk-taking to become more confident, agile, and growth-oriented entrepreneurs? This is exactly what we'll explore in today's video. Stick around until the end because I'll also be sharing the top strategies used by ultra-successful entrepreneurs to embrace uncertainty on their path to breakthrough growth. If you find this topic useful, please like and subscribe to our Mindful YouTube channel for more insightful business and entrepreneurship content. Remember, it's more risky not to take a risk. Let's get started. Section 1. The Risk-Reward Relationship. To understand the art of entrepreneurial risk-taking, we first need to demystify the fundamental risk-reward relationship. Risk and reward are intrinsically connected. You typically can't get one without the other. As entrepreneurs, we need to view risk-taking as an investment in future rewards. The bigger the risk, the bigger the potential payoff. Billionaire investor Peter Thiel puts it best: fortune favors the bold. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Here's an example. Say you have an idea for a new product, but you're afraid to invest your savings in developing the prototype. By avoiding that risk, you guarantee a 0% chance of success with this new venture. However, if you take the risk to build the prototype, you now have a non-zero chance it could become a hit. The risk itself dramatically increased your potential reward. This applies to bigger strategic risks too. For instance, a common milestone for startups is deciding whether to scale up and take on venture capital investment. This leads to more rapid growth, but also dilution of ownership, a major risk many founders are hesitant to take. However, the rewards of faster growth also give the company a higher chance of success. So in entrepreneurship, risk and reward have an asymmetric relationship. Embracing thoughtful risks unlocks access to disproportionately large rewards later on. The greater the risk tolerance, the higher the entrepreneurial ceiling. As we proceed, it's crucial to clarify our stance on risk-taking. We're not advocating for reckless gambling or making uninformed decisions. Instead, what we're emphasizing is the importance of thorough research, thoughtful consideration of the potential outcomes, and a careful examination of the worst-case scenarios before taking any risks. In essence, we encourage a strategic approach to risk management that involves weighing the advantages and disadvantages of any given situation. By doing so, you can make informed choices and minimize the likelihood of adverse consequences. Remember, taking risks doesn't mean diving headfirst into the unknown without a safety net. It's about being prepared, informed, and willing to step out of your comfort zone when the potential rewards outweigh the potential risks. Section 2. Reframing risk as opportunity. All right, so how can we reframe risk-taking to become opportunity-seeking entrepreneurs? First, shift to an abundance mindset. When you believe resources are scarce, each risk feels perilous. However, with an abundance mindset, you see endless possibilities, so risks feel more like stepping stones than dangers. Next, focus on your why. Connect all risks back to your core mission and values. Instead of analyzing risks, ask yourself, does this align with my purpose? Simon Sinek has great insights on this in his book, Start With Why. It also helps to run experiments frequently. Little risks help you get comfortable with uncertainty and build confidence. So start taking small risks daily. Chat with 5 new people instead of 0. Apply for a role slightly above your experience, and set stretch goals in the gym. Finally, data is power. Due diligence to evaluate risks, but use data, not emotions, to ultimately decide. Weigh expected value. How big is the potential gain, and how likely is it to occur? Crunch the numbers like a scientist. Reframing risk as opportunity unlocks the potential for exponential returns in business and life. Try adopting an abundance mindset, connecting risks to your why, running experiments, and using data to evaluate opportunities. You'll be surprised how quickly risk-taking becomes second nature. Section 3. Mitigating risks. Now, I'm not suggesting being reckless. There are smart ways to mitigate risks so you can take bold entrepreneurial leaps more confidently. First, build contingency plans. Think through backup options at each stage so you can quickly correct if needed. It's easier to take risks when you have a safety net ready. Next, start small. Don't bet the farm on your first big risk. Take incremental steps to validate your assumptions and gather data first. Minimize viable risk. Speaking of data, leverage analytics. Use data to stress test your ideas first. Data helps identify weak points so you can address them up front. It also helps to diversify your portfolio. Don't go all in on one big risk. Place multiple smaller bets in parallel to hedge exposure. Finally, share risk with partners. Teaming up distributes risk across multiple stakeholders. Leverage accelerators, form partnerships, or take on investors to mitigate risk. The most successful entrepreneurs embrace risk-taking while also diligently mitigating risks. Test assumptions first, start small, use data, diversify, and share risk. Do this and you'll take your business much further much faster. Section 4. Risk-taking mindsets of successful entrepreneurs. All right, next let's examine the risk-taking mindsets that set highly successful entrepreneurs apart. The right mental frameworks make embracing uncertainty much more natural. Firstly, successful entrepreneurs view risk-taking as a skill, not an innate ability. Risk analysis, contingency planning, rapid experimentation. These are all learnable skills. The more you practice, the more comfortable risk-taking becomes. Additionally, top entrepreneurs see risk management as key to long-term success. They don't avoid risks per se, but are obsessed with risk mitigation tactics like we just covered. Another trait is being emotionally detached from outcomes. They take risks based on expected value, not how much the outcome matters to them personally. Remaining detached helps them make rational, calculated decisions. Successful entrepreneurs also have a higher risk tolerance. They set ambitious visions that require big risks. Their eyes are always on the enormous long-term upside. Finally, they're resilient in the face of failures. They pick themselves up quickly and iteratively improve. Every setback brings key learnings. Cultivating these mindsets takes time but transforms your ability to take the kind of smart risks required for exponential entrepreneurial growth. Section 5. Risk-taking strategies of visionary entrepreneurs. All right, we've talked a lot about mindset. Now let's get into the tangible risk-taking strategies and tactics used by the most successful entrepreneurs. Number 1 is running small experiments very frequently. They're always testing new ideas and gathering data. These micro-experiments limit the downside while providing valuable customer insights. Next, they make little bets in parallel. They'll test 5 to 10 different product variations or marketing strategies at the same time. This diversifies risk and reveals winning strategies faster. Visionary entrepreneurs also embrace new technologies early. They lean aggressively into leveraging cutting-edge tools like blockchain, AI, and VR to gain a competitive edge. Additionally, they form strategic partnerships with other industry leaders. Joining forces with complementary businesses mitigates go-to-market risk. They're also diligent about not overhiring and overbuilding too early before properly validating demand. Capital efficiency is key. Finally, the best entrepreneurs hedge whenever they make big bets. For example, selling some equity in advance of major milestones locks in the upside while also de-risking the downside. In summary, rapidly run mini-experiments, place multiple small parallel bets, aggressively leverage emerging technologies, form strategic partnerships, remain capital efficient, and hedge big bets. This is the winning formula for entrepreneurial risk-taking. Section 6. Real-world examples. All right, let's look at some real-world examples now of entrepreneurs embracing uncertainty on their way to incredible success. First, Netflix, one of the most disruptive companies in decades. Very early on, founder Reed Hastings took big risks like pivoting from DVD rentals to streaming and releasing an entire season of House of Cards in one shot. These risky moves cemented Netflix's dominant position. Next, Airbnb Brian Chesky relentlessly experimented to expand into new markets globally. He also took huge risks repositioning the company during COVID. Airbnb came back stronger than ever. Elon Musk is of course the ultimate contemporary risk-taking entrepreneur. From starting SpaceX to acquiring Twitter, he lives on the edge and embraces enormous risks. His ambitions are unmatched. Finally, Sarah Blakely of Spanx revolutionized an entire industry by taking a chance on a novel women's undergarment concept. She went all in on product R&D despite everyone thinking it would flop. Her risk-taking paid off big time. These examples reinforce that embracing uncertainty positions you to identify massive unseen opportunities and build truly disruptive companies. Fortune does indeed favor the bold. Section 7. Final tips for developing risk-taking confidence. Let's wrap things up with some final tips for developing your confidence as a risk-taking entrepreneur. First, incremental progress is key. Set micro goals and celebrate small wins often. Compound victories build your belief. It also helps to have an abundance of mentors. Surround yourself with those who've been there, done that, to learn from. Next, journal regularly. Writing about lessons from both wins and losses cements growth. Additionally, we read biographies of visionary entrepreneurs. Studying how the greats embraced uncertainty is inspirational. Also, make sure you're taking good care of your mind and body. Eating clean and exercising gives you the energy to handle the ups and downs. Finally, connect to your purpose. Big visions require taking big risks. Revisit your mission to stay motivated. In closing, here are some final thoughts on embracing uncertainty as an entrepreneur. First, remember risk and reward are intrinsically connected. Fortune favors the bold, so take thoughtful risks. Next, shift your mindset to see risk-taking as opportunity-seeking. Reframe each risk by connecting it to your core mission and values. Additionally, mitigate risks by contingency planning, starting small, leveraging data, diversifying, and sharing risk. Also, cultivate resilience. See risk-taking as a learnable skill. Pick yourself up after setbacks. Stay emotionally detached from outcomes. Finally, move forward with confidence. Take it step by step. Learn from mentors. Journal your lessons. Study revolutionary entrepreneurs. All right, friends, that wraps up this video on embracing uncertainty to unlock entrepreneurial potential. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our Mind Fuel YouTube channel to stay updated on videos that could change your life. Until next time, here's to embracing uncertainty and unlocking your full entrepreneurial potential.